Okay, people, we're in a Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. This has the 3.6 Pentastar V6. It's automatic. It does have paddle shifters. I don't know why you'll need paddle shifters for a 4,900-pound SUV, but it has it. This has all the amenities you need. You get 2 LCD screens. The one up front is for your speedometer. You can switch through a number of things, your gas mileage, your sport mode, your trip, a number of different things. The RPM, the heat, and the gas gauge are traditional analog gauges, which I like. You get a big LCD touchscreen in the middle where you can select through your radio. You can set up your phone, your climate control. This has heated seats in the front. It also has a heated steering wheel. You have automatic windows for the driver and the passenger. You get a USB hookup, auxiliary port, as well as a micro SD insert in the front. In the back, you get climate control. You get 2 USBs for your iPads, your phones, whatever. You get a number of controls on the steering wheel here. You can select through all your things on the front LCD here. You have 4-wheel drive in this vehicle, so you can select through mud, sand, snow, rocks, in case you are going off-road or you're on the beach or in the winter weather. It has a push-button start. The key is not too clunky. You can open the trunk, as well as you can start the car if you click it twice, as well as your locks and your panic alarm. This has an automatic lift gate. It has a great stereo system. You get tweeters in the front. You get big speakers on the door panel, as well as a nice subwoofer in the trunk. You can get the Grand Cherokee with a number of engine options. They had the 3.0 liter V6 diesel, the 3.6 liter V6. You can get the 5.7 V8, the same as they put in all the RTs. Or you can go big and get the 6.2 liter SRT8 Grand Cherokee, which I love that vehicle. It's very nice, very good, and it's fast as all hell. This particular model, like I said previously, has the V6. It does not feel stressed at all in this car. It feels good. You feel the torque. It's not struggling to get where it needs to be. The transmission shifts very smoothly. Right now, we're just riding around in standard 2-wheel drive because we don't need the 4-wheel drive. But I'm assuming when it's in 4-wheel drive, it probably rides the exact same. This has sport mode in it. I don't know why you would drive around in sport mode, but if you do, you can shift from the paddles. And it just one click down, and then it shows like a race flag. So if you're feeling spirited on your drive home from work or picking up the kids, you could always paddle shift it around the turns. But you don't want to go too fast because this is an SUV and sits up higher, and you don't want to roll. I like the interior in this car, but I don't like the buttons. The buttons feel very cheap. They feel like you could have pulled them off a Dodge Dart or something. I think over time they might not age well, but I think if you're driving this car, you probably get used to it and it probably won't bother you after a while. Little story. The car I drove on vacation last year in California was a 2017 Dodge Charger SRT. But when I got inside, it had very similar buttons to what's inside here, and it just didn't feel brand new to me. It didn't feel like it was a 2017 model car. It felt like it could be something you got back in 2010 or 2009. So I hope over time, when they revamp this, Dodge, Chrysler, they all take these buttons out and change it with something a little more elegant. This feels a lot more premium than your standard $40,000 SUV. Granted, $40,000 is a good amount of money, but you feel like you're in something more expensive than it actually is. Right now, I'm getting on the highway. This is not my vehicle, so I'm not going to be an asshole and stomp on the gas, but I do want to see how it does getting up to speed. Has some good low-end torque, gets up to 65 miles an hour pretty quick, so that's good for your long hauls, getting on the highway. See, I always like when people do getting on the highway test, because that's a true test. When you're trying to get on the highway, you're trying to catch up to speed, you don't want to be that guy that's just in that lane and people are blowing past you going crazy. So this gets on the highway pretty good. It feels real nice. It's not shaky. It's not floaty at all. It feels good on the road. It'd be a good car to road trip in. Gas mileage is 17 in the city, 24 on the highway, about 19 combined. I've been averaging about 20.4 miles per gallon, so for a 4,900-pound SUV, that's pretty good especially amongst its competitors. I personally think that the Jeep Grand Cherokee is one of the best looking SUVs you can buy right now. But I think the F-Pace is probably the best looking SUV, and this one comes in a very close second. Jeep did their homework on this. When this first debuted in 2011, I thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's a Jeep. It's a very good looking SUV. This model, they revamped it. It got new headlights, new taillights, new bumper, new grille, some new wheels that I do like. And they just revamped it, and it looks way better than the previous generations of the Jeep Grand Cherokee. I never really liked the Jeep Grand Cherokee until they came out with this model. I think this one will age very well over time. The interior, we don't know, but the exterior will age, and I think even in 10 years, you're going to think it's a newer car than it actually is. The steering feels tight. It's not a shaky steering feel. It's not, you don't have any play in the steering wheel. You might have noticed before that the turd signal is really loud. I think even if you have the stereo on full blast, you're going to hear it. And I think over time, it might get annoying, especially if you're on a long road trip. In the back, you get plenty of leg room. The person who owns this car is about 6'4", and he had the seat pushed back pretty far. I got in the back, and I still had plenty of leg room. So you're not going to have an issue with leg room. You get a lot of cargo space in the back. You can even tow up to 3,500 pounds with this car, with the V6, more, of course, with the V8. But this is like an all-around car. Now I know why they sell so many of these. My question was always, why do I see so many of these on the road? It's a good car. You can do so many things with it. It looks good. It has towing capabilities. It can fit 5 people very comfortably. It's a comfortable car to drive. You have all the amenities you want, and it's not going to leave you stranded. Jeeps are almost virtually indestructible. My sister used to have a 97 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and she literally beat the dog crap out of that car. It probably wanted to die. It was probably saying every time it started up, oh, kill me. Just kill me now. Run me into a tree. That's what it probably said. But it still, every day, started up, ran. My buddy had a Jeep Cherokee, ran forever. Just wanted something new. That's why he got rid of it. So you're going to get a car that you're going to be able to use for a very long time. It'll stay in the family as long as you want it to. I'm noticing that visibility out the back is not as much as you would like. The back window's kind of small, but the front visibility is good. The A-pillows here are a little bit thicker, but you can still see everything. The seats are very comfortable. You get leather seats in the Limited. I like the color combination of the black, the wood grain, the faux aluminum here that comes on the dash as well as in the center console. It all feels good. It feels very premium. This car has a bigger feeling than it actually is. When you look from the outside, it doesn't seem like it's that big of an SUV. But when you get inside, you feel like you're Shaq playing with Muggsy Bogues or something. Overall, I like this vehicle. It is a very nice vehicle. It is a car that you are not going to be disappointed with. If you're in the market to buy one, test drive one, guarantee you'll sign the papers before you walk out. Looks good, suspension feels good, engine feels good, transmission feels good, has all the creature comforts you want. So buy it. Why do Americans love Jeep so much? Because it's bred it in our blood. It's in our culture. The Jeep has always been cool, and it will always be cool. Jeep's an American thing. You just wouldn't understand. Thanks for watching. As always, subscribe to the channel, like, share with your friends. And until next time, people, keep it real.